What's a girl to do? I haven't been this excited for a video for about 365 days since the last fall makeup video. We have arrived. We have fully arrived in fall time. So I wanted to do a really intense smoky matte fall look. There are a few things in life that I love more than a good smoky fall eye. And I'm also showing some of my current favorite products and also just some interesting discoveries like magnetic lashes that actually work. Not sponsored. I did all my eyeshadow using a $10 eyeshadow palette, one of my current favorite foundation combos and primers, just lots of good stuff in today's video. I hope you guys are as excited for some fall makeup as I am, because I need to chill a little bit right now, honestly. But here we go, fall makeup time. Okay, I've been looking forward to this moment. I want to do just like super smoky, probably matte fall look. Love this time of year so much. So starting off with a face primer, the No. 7 Airbrush Away Tinted Skin Perfector. I did a whole Instagram reel on this and TikTok, but you guys, this stuff is incredible for mattifying your skin, for giving like a super soft blur. This is definitely one of the most blurring products I've ever found. It's technically not a primer, but I use it in that way. But you'll see it does have like a darker color to it than my skin tone, but then it blends right out. So I'm gonna go in. Here's my pores. Literally no pores. I overall want the look to be a little bit more on the matte side, so I don't want to add like a glowy primer on top of an already semi-glowy foundation. If you have a lot of like active dryness and like peeling, I don't think this is the primer for you. But if your skin is on the normal to oily side, dude, it's so crazy. Every time I put this on, I'm like, what the heck, man? Before you go in with foundation, I would give this one a minute or two just to kind of sink in. Okay, so for foundation, I'm gonna mix the Essence Pretty Natural with the Shiseido Synchro Skin Radiant version, not the original, the Radiant. These are two of my current favorite foundations, and mixed together, they're just beautiful. The Essence is gonna give it a little bit more of a satin matte finish, and this one is full on radiant. The Essence is super long lasting. I did a foundation Friday updates video recently where I talk about the Shiseido one, but I wanna show you it in action. To match today, I'm gonna mix these two shades. This one's 260, and then this one's 50. I'm just gonna mix these on my face. I don't know why I've been doing this lately, because it's 50-50 that I'm gonna squirt foundation on my shirt. It's happened like every other time I've done this, but it's just what I'm doing lately. I don't have my palette out. Remember when I used to use the Bath & Body Works candle as a foundation palette? Going with my Haley's Beauty foundation brush. And hopefully this is a good shade match. I can always darken it with just the Shiseido if I need to. But the combo of these two, because on their own they're freaking insane, it just looks like skin, but you get full coverage from the Shiseido. And it's so friggin' long lasting. I love this combination. If you already have the Shiseido, the Essence is, you know, like, what is it, $6-7 more, and it's totally worth it to mix these two or wear on its own. I love Essence on its own too. And because I'm going for just like a very flawless, smoky kind of look, I want to add the Shiseido in there for coverage. The combo with this primer and then these two foundations, pretty unreal if you ask me. But now I'm gonna go with the Haley's Rewind Concealer. It just lasts amazing on my under eyes. It doesn't crease badly and it's full coverage. And I'm like half out of this tube already. This is in the shade Fair Light Neutral. Lately I haven't been setting my under eyes with powder at all, but I think today, because I want a very like matte full coverage kind of look, I might, because I am gonna be going in with other powders. If I am powdering my under eyes, I'm using Laura Mercier. This is the Secret Blurring Powder. I have a whole video from a couple years ago on my concealer routine and what I love about this powder and the sponge and everything, if you want more details, but I'm going to press in. And this, out of all the powders, if I'm gonna be setting my under eyes, this makes me crease the least amount. I do want to use a powder bronzer and blush today, so I'm going to go in with a bit of a face powder just in those areas. I'm going to use the One Size. This is a powder foundation, but I love it for setting my face. This shade is too dark for me. It's good when I have like full-on self-tanner on, so I'm just going to use this almost a little bit as a bronzer too, and like only apply it in the areas where I would want to be a little bit more bronzed up, but it has a beautiful satin finish and it does add some coverage as well. And because this is a fall look, I'm kind of going for all warm tones today. So I don't want to do like a, you know, super cool tone contour and stuff. I want to keep everything kind of on the warmer side. because this shade is too dark. I still need to go. I want to go into Sephora and get like the actual correct shade. Haven't done it yet. I'm gonna do the brows next. So I'm gonna go in with my Milani Weekend Brow pen. And then usually I add a little bit with a pencil. This one's the LA Girl Shady Slim, or I'll use the e.l.f. usually. But I kind of also just wait and see how the brows turn out. I never know these days. I don't want to jinx it, but I think we might have a good brow day in store, folks. So then I'll go in with the spoolie before it's totally dry and just soften the front a little bit. I like to keep this part pretty defined. All right, it is what it is with the brows, as always. So for bronzer, I want to go with this Essence Glow in Gold Baked Luminizer bronzer. I'm still testing this, so I'm not quite sure what I think yet, but it is a very warm color, which is what I'm going for today. So I just want to add a little bit of this on. It feels very easy to blend, like very lightweight. It's not clinging at all, but definitely super warm. And for a blush, I want to do a very peachy orange tone. I realized I actually want to find more peach toned, like very warm blushes, because I have a lot of pinks because that's what I usually gravitate towards. But this was like one of the few kind of corally blushes that I have. So let me know down below your favorite coral shades, like true coral, no pink in there. This one's Bare Minerals, that peach though. Ooh, yeah, that's what I want. I do want to use a new highlight. To me, I picked this up during the Ulta sale, and I've tried this once so far. It's the Jaclyn Cosmetics Iced. I was very curious about this because I recently brought out Champagne Pop when I did that samples video, and it was amazing. So I was curious about this, and the one time I've tried this so far, very pretty. I didn't like the loose highlighter. I actually tried it in a vlog. Not sure the order this is going up, but the pressed one so far I really like it. And I've been liking this ColourPop F24 brush too for highlighter. I just did one swipe in here. It is very intense. I want to keep it just on my cheeks today. I'm not going to bring it on my nose or anything, because when you do that, it makes overall your whole face look glowier. But because I'm going for more of a matte look overall, I just am going to keep it right on my cheeks. But it has a very soft feel to it. A product that I feel like I haven't talked about enough. I just have a little deluxe sample size here, but still going strong because you need the tiniest amount. The Anastasia Eye Primer. This is good. I feel like this is one of the best, like definitely in the top 3 eye primers I've ever tried. Usually these kind of take away whatever coverage you have on your lid, but this one does have some pigment to it. So it adds like a brightness onto your lids, but it also just really makes your eyeshadows pop and stay on super well. So if you're in the market for a new eyeshadow primer, I mean, this is great. I've been using this for, I want to say like 6 months now. Still going strong. I do switch between that and my Laura Mercier Caviar Eye Stick and then a MAC Paint Pot, so it's not like I've been using this every single day, but I definitely have thoroughly tested this thing by now. And this brush I always get questions about, Sephora 71. It's their Pro Concealer brush, but I love using it for eye primer because it's made for liquids, like liquid concealer. It just blends out eye primer really well. Ooh, it's getting real scented in here. But whoa, why am I having issues? A Bath & Body Works candle. I need to blow that thing out in a minute. But today I want to use this palette because I've been obsessed with it. It's $10 from Amazon. I found this through the Amazon top rated. Oh, okay, I just dug my fingers into all of them. As I was saying, I found this in the Amazon top rated makeup video I did, and I see why it's top rated on Amazon. This is like a shockingly good quality eyeshadow palette. They're so pigmented, but they blend out. Every time I do my eyeshadow with these, it just looks bomb, and there's some really nice like rich kind of fall tones in here. This shade looks almost like a yellowy kind of tan, but it shows up like a full mustard yellow when it's on your eyes, which is what I want. I think this would be a really good like beginner eyeshadow palette because they're pretty foolproof, just the way they blend out, and even like the pigmented intense colors. I'm gonna do a lot of building today and like using different colors, so I'm gonna go with this shade right here. Now I'm taking a more kind of dense blending brush. What is this? Sigma E25. And I'm putting that into my crease, but below the yellow. This is gonna define it a little bit more and also start to add some brown tones in there. Taking a clean brush, I'm just gonna blend out the edges a little bit, and I'm just gonna keep this brush to use for that purpose. This one's the BH number 8. I get questions about what brushes I use, especially for eyes, but it's like such an assortment of random brushes that I've taken from different like collections of things that, I don't know, it's just hard to recommend, because like this, I think you have to buy in a whole set, but it's like one of my good go-to brushes. And I have, I don't know, I have ones from like all over the place. Now on that same brush, I'm gonna take this maroony kind of red shade, and I'm actually gonna be doing a darker shade on my lid. So this is gonna be kind of like the transition into the other shades I just put down. I am bringing this lower, but I'm gonna be covering a lot of this with another color. Now I'm gonna add a super warm, rich brown tone. This one right here. I love this shade in this palette. This shade is just fall. Look how rich it is. Oh my God. Now taking that same shade, but on a brush. This one is the Sigma E27. And I'm very carefully and lightly blending this into the other shades because I don't want this to get too high. I really want this dark shade to stay just kind of right on my lid and then like slightly blend upward. So I'm going to leave the front, see how it's not fully blended yet in the front. I'm leaving that for a minute because I'm going to be putting another shade there. It's actually hard to find shades that are this rich. Okay, then to really blend that, I'm gonna go back in with the E25 and take this shade again. Just blending out those edges. This shade is a little bit too light and peachy for what I'm going for, so I think I might mix these two shades. I do want it still dark, but I also like to add a little bit of like a matte bright color right in there. Oh yeah, oh, that's exactly what I wanted. Then I'm gonna wipe that off and go in with now the lightest peachy shade and just use that on a couple spots where I feel like it's looking a little bit dark. Bring that right in there. Liking where we are headed here. Now I'm going to take the Sedona Lace 904. I realize I never like tell you my eyeshadow brushes, so I'm just going for it today, but I don't even know if Sedona Lace is still in business. I feel like they're not. This is my favorite pencil brush because it's not as stiff as the Sigma one. The Sigma one's a little bit too intense for my under eyes. This one's a little bit softer, so if it's still available, I'll try and link it. Actually, before I go in with eyeshadow on the lower lash line, I'm going to use a brown eyeliner. This one's by One Size. I'm going to put this on my waterline and then also kind of smudge it down below, and then I'm going to build some eyeshadow on top of it. Okay, I really tried to not open my mouth there, but it wasn't happening. What's in the cards today? So smudging it down below, and then I'm blending it out with a flat liner brush. And I'm gonna be putting eyeshadow over top of this so it doesn't have to be like a super blended line. This isn't like my favorite brown liner. It gets the job done, but I wouldn't say you have to like go out of your way to buy this one. I'm gonna first take this shade. Definitely make sure you tap off your brush with this because we don't wanna get fallout down below. I'm like really having an issue with keeping my mouth closed today. Now I'm going to take the darkest brown shade in this palette right here and go right where I applied the pencil liner and just kind of press on. I'm mixing in a little bit of the black because I want it just a tad darker. And then again, blending that out. All right, I think for now we're good on eyeshadow. Yeah, I might need to blow out that candle. I've been waiting for the moment to wear these in a video because ever since I tried these, this is a new pair, but I have other pairs that I've worn. The Glamnetic magnetic lashes, you guys, this is not sponsored. No, these are all over Instagram and stuff, but these have actually been working for me, which is a big statement because if you've seen other of my videos where I try magnetic lashes, it's usually just a massive fail. They're very like heavy. They don't actually stick well. These things work. If you have issues with lash glue, you might really like this. And they stay on, like you can full on tug on your lashes with these and they're staying on there. This is a liquid magnetic eyeliner. So you do the eyeliner first and you do a couple layers and then you just stick them on and then they friggin' stay. It's pretty crazy. The only thing is when you're removing it, you definitely need to go in like a couple times with an eye makeup remover to get all of it off because it is like a different kind of, it's not just like an eyeliner. But the pair I'm gonna use today is called Verified. If you need extra hold, they have little anchors on the end, but the times that I've applied these, I haven't really felt like I needed to use the anchors. And these feel like lightweight on your eyes. They don't feel like heavy magnetic lashes. You do still need to trim these down to match your eye shape, but you'll just want to trim between the little magnets on here. So I just kind of lay it against my eye and then see where maybe I'll need to trim. I don't know if I'm gonna need to trim these actually. This is the little anchor. It's just stuck to here. So they're on the ends. They come pre-magnified on the ends. So you just want to peel it off if you don't want the anchors. Even if you do want the anchors, you want to put them on after you put the initial strip on. Just cut off one little magnet thing. All right, we're ready for the glue, or for the, not glue, liquid eyeliner. I like to do 2 coats. I can't remember if this says 2 or 3. It just says make an even line as thick as the lash magnets. And then for optimal results, apply the lashes when the eyeliner is 80% dry. I do wish it was a different kind of tip because this is just a little bit harder to work with. I'm gonna do one eye at a time just so I get the timing right with the drying. And it dries down pretty quickly. You can like feel it getting less tacky. And now I'm just gonna go in with just a little bit more. Just make sure you get it really close to your lash line because that's where you want your lashes to stick. And I'm doing a poor job of not getting this on my eyelashes. And I just realized I forgot mascara underneath. So I'm gonna quickly go in with some mascara. This is the Blade Beauty Extended Lash. I've been loving this for layering and even wearing on its own. But I just want my natural lashes to be coated in black before I go in. You could do this after, but personally, I like to do it before. I think we are 80% dry here, right? So here we go. This is just the little magnets on the lash and then the liquid eyeliner. It's so weird. You can feel it just sticking, like the magnet. It's fully on there. Ooh, I love this style. Ooh, this is like exactly what I was hoping for. So if you're someone who's sensitive to lash glue like I am, this could be a game changer for you. I don't find that they feel too heavy. I feel like they feel about the same as just putting on a normal pair of like dramatic lashes like this, and they stay on. I'm gonna let them kind of dry down, like let the liner fully dry, and then afterwards I'll show you like pulling on it. And you just want to make sure you're getting exactly where you want the lashes to stick. So make sure you're getting right towards your inner corner, and then also as far out as you're gonna bring your lashes. And you can reuse these. This sounds super sponsored. It's not. I just really like these, and I think if you're curious about them, like these ones are legit. My only issue is I get the liner all over my freaking lashes. I think they do make a couple different kinds of eyeliner, so maybe they have a tip that would be easier to work with. I hope so. I was just blowing on this like there's lash glue. And if you get it in a spot, like I feel like I want them not that far out, just pull it up and you can re-stick it. And that's easier to do obviously before it's fully dry. There they are. Honestly, I think the only tricky thing with these is try not to get this on your natural lashes when you're applying them, because like my lashes look pretty funky under here right now because they're all like glued together. Now that this one's been on for a couple minutes, I'll show you pulling on it. Like it's on there. It's not coming off. Last thing for my eyes, I'm gonna use MAC Extended Play on the bottom. That just pulls it all together. I'm debating whether I want to do like a deeper berry kind of lip, which I'm leaning towards, or like a peachy nude. So for the berry lip, I got this Sydney Grace, actually it's called Taylor liquid lipstick. Actually, is this a liquid lipstick or a lip gloss? I don't know, but either way, it's very pigmented, and that looks like it would be a really pretty tone. But if you don't want a deep berry color, I'll give you a couple other options. So if you just want a really peachy, like orangey toned nude that's gonna stay on friggin' throughout everything in your life, this is the NYX Shine Loud Gold Crusher. This is a two-sided thing. You put on the actual color and then you seal it with this gloss, and it's a glossy, super pigmented kind of lip, but it lasts through everything. And then if you want kind of a more pinky berry toned option, M Cosmetics Venetian Rose, super pretty, and this would be kind of like in between. Another fall favorite, Ardell Vinyl Vixen, vinyl, I say vinyl, and Soft Touch, always a fall go-to because this one has peach tones in there, but it's a little slightly bit more cool toned. You can see right there, it's more of like a camel kind of tan color. A perfect combo for that Ardell shade is the Revlon. It's just called Nude. What's a girl to do? I don't know. I feel like I have to try the Sydney Grace one. This actually might be too purple. I mean, it's a pretty color, but I think for what I'm going for, it might be a little bit too purple. So I'm gonna go in with the Revlon liner. And I'm gonna fill in my lips completely with this. Now I'm gonna go in with the Ardell over top. Okay, I think I'm satisfied. Am I satisfied with that lip color? I feel like it needs a little more warmth. Do I do it? Let me try. Just a little bit. There we go. I'm not gonna add the gloss today because I want it a little bit more just like whatever's happening right now, kind of satin matte. All right, so this is the final fall look. This just makes me so excited for all the fall things. I'm gonna leave all the makeup I used today linked down below in the description box if you wanna check anything out. But hope this gets you in the fall mood. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.